Oh man, look at that nice guy walking into the home of Jeffrey Dahmer, my nice neighbor. Oh, what could go wrong? Wow, look at this really talented pitcher. Some are saying his changeup is nastier than Sexy Red's mouth. He just got traded to the New York Yankees. Wow, what could go wrong?
Everything.
Thank you for being here, whether you're part of the 49% elite humans or not. If you aren't, screw you, I'm just kidding. Consider joining them if you like the videos, as the Yankees are having some people turn on them lately. My god, full on Order 66 with these former Yankees. So Sonny Gray just got traded to the Red Sox from the Cardinals. He was on the Cardinals the last couple of years. Before that, he was a Twin. Before that, he was a Red. Yeah, he's a little bit of a hoe. No shame, that's okay. Gotta love the hoes too. It's in, you know, it's in the Bible. But anyway, okay, so that's three teams now. Four that Sonny Gray has been a part of since he was a Yankee. And before he was a Yankee, he was in Oakland. That's where he started his career. Well, in his introductory talk with the Boston media after this latest trade, Sonny couldn't have introduced himself better to the fans. So he's on this call wearing a 2007 World Series Red Sox hat while saying this.
What did factor into my decision to come to Boston is it feels good to me to go to a place now where, you know what, it's easy to hate the Yankees, right? It's easy to go out and have that rivalry and go in it with full force, full steam ahead. New York just wasn't a good situation for me. Wasn't a great setup for me and my family. I never wanted to go there in the first place. When that was kind of happening, and we were in Oakland and, you know, I was getting traded, that was a long time ago. I never wanted to go there. But then I was there and it just kind of like, it just didn't really work for kind of who I am.
Now, Sonny was traded, but the reason he had a say in the trade, like the reason he said, like, part of the reason he went to Boston, even though it was a trade, so you're thinking, well, he has no say in a trade. Well, he kind of did, because he had a no-trade clause. And he's very family-oriented. Like, he wanted to make sure he wasn't just going anywhere. So that's a whole thing the Cardinals have to actually worry about, by the way. They're going through, like, a little retooling period. So not only do they want to trade some of these veteran players for a good return to help them, but they also have to please the player they're trading, or else they're not going to be able to trade them. Nolan Arenado last year, perfect example. The Cardinals had a trade fully set up with the Astros. It was full on ready to go. They were going to send Arenado to Houston, and he was just like, no. Nothing you can do. He has no trade clause. He can dictate where he wants to go. And most of the time, players don't use it like this. They just have the no trade clause just as a protection. Like, it's a comforting feeling knowing, you know, say you just signed some big contract, you know you won't just wake up one day and you're off to some other team. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's good to know you have that control. But most of the time, when the time comes, they're happy to go to wherever, because usually they're just willing to go to wherever if it means getting off the team that they're in, because they just want to go to a winner. But Arenado, I guess, just really did not want to go to Houston, and because of that, he was with the Cardinals a whole nother year, which was not expected. That wasn't really supposed to happen. So Sonny Gray, he's also someone who is not just going to pack up and go wherever he's told. So like you just saw him say, part of the reason he was cool with Boston being the place to go was because it's cool going to a place where it's easy to hate the Yankees, a team he says he never wanted to be on. By the way, as a Red Sox fan, forget even all the Yankees stuff, I actually just really like Sonny Gray. I always have. I called him the most underrated pitcher in baseball 2 years ago, and I also have to point out just how good of a person he seems. And if it also seems like I'm glazing, yeah, I am. I'm going to choke even harder the more you complain. Keep at it, see what happens. This Cardinals fan posted about her experience on an airplane sitting next to Sonny Gray. Rose sat in the middle seat of a Southwest flight, and she asked him something we would all ask in that situation. Like, you're sitting in the middle seat of a Southwest flight. Are you okay? And he said, money shouldn't change you, because when it's gone, you still want to recognize the person you are. Again, I already like Sonny Gray, but after seeing this, then he says he hates the Yankees? Okay, yeah, I'm ready to go to war for this man. Now, a lot of people went back years ago to Sonny Gray talking highly of the Yankees, like this clip.
And that's what I learned from New York, bro. Is like, I love that place because me as a person, I grew up so much as a husband, as a father, like walking through the other side, I'm like, wow, like that really opened my eyes. Like I was a sheltered kid from Tennessee, like not sheltered, but like I was just a little kid, grew up in a small town, went to Oakland, was there for like 4 or 5 years, you know, kind of had 3 people talking to me. And then I come here and I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
So it kind of like opened my eyes and like made me a better person on and off the field. That's for sure. So I love that place. Like it's a great part of my journey.
And when he was traded there in 2017, right afterward, he said this.
I couldn't be happier with how it all played out, and I couldn't be happier to be here today.
So when I talked to Billy Monday morning, and he told me that it finally went through and I was going to be a Yankee, I just had a big smile on my face and was ready to get here.
He also raved about the 2009 Yankees and how much he loved that team. You know, the last Yankee team to win a championship. It's been so long, I don't even know if it happened at this point. It's like the moon landing. You know, who really knows, you know? Well, here's my read on this. From what we know happened with him on the Yankees, how bad it went, plus something else that just recently came out that's interesting, I think Sonny was more so just at the time being a little more openly positive about the situation. Like, what do you think he's going to say at the time? I hate this team and don't want to be here. I'm really mad at Oakland for trading me here. Like, really? Plus, and I'm sure he'd say this today, I'm sure it helped them in some ways, like just grow as a person and as a player because of the hard times he had with the team. So first off, Eric Kratz, former catcher Eric Kratz, he's now on the Foul Territory podcast. He just recently came out and said that Sonny Gray was set to actually be traded to another team back in 2017, not the Yankees. And not just that, but he had a contract extension worked out with that team ready to go before the Yankees swooped in and got it done instead. The trade, they never extended him. Well, Kratz never revealed the team because he wasn't 100% sure who it was. He said he was 85% sure and didn't want to say it in the slight chance he was wrong, whatever. So there's that. Then there's what happened when Sonny was actually on the team, on the Yankees. He wasn't bad when he first got there. To close off 2017, he was actually pretty good. Well, 2018, he was
really bad.
So this was back in 2019 after joining the Reds, after he got traded to the Reds. He explained what went wrong, why he was so bad in 2018, and the reason is the Yankees wanted him to throw his slider too much, and they wanted him to throw it for strikes more. Now, at the time, they had that really good pitcher, Masahiro Tanaka, for years. Who did that? He threw his slider a lot for strikes and just in general, and it worked. His slider and splitter were his best pitches that he threw mostly. But to Sonny Gray, his slider was just a shitty spinning pitch. Like, it wasn't as great as Tanaka's, but they wanted him to throw it more because it worked for Tanaka. But of course, Sonny Gray isn't Masahiro Tanaka. I mean, hey, hats off to the Yankees for not seeing race, but like, clearly those two are different, and not everything works for everyone. So Sonny was just very open that, like, I can't command my slider that well. It's not my strength. And him throwing it too much got him into too much trouble. The count would go into the hitter's favor. It was just a mess. I mean, obviously, his ERA was almost 5 in 2018. Well, off he goes to Cincinnati, and what happens? He becomes an all-star and finishes 2019 with a 2.87 ERA. That tells you everything. So I think Sonny's probably hated the Yankees a little more than he's given on since. I mean, it seemed like there was a lot of anger when he said that back in 2019. But other than that, he hasn't really said that much. But considering he's only since played for teams that have absolutely nothing to do with the Yankees since being there, like, he's probably not going to say much about them. I mean, he was on the Twins. I mean, they don't really have anything to do with the Yankees. The only reason they're relevant to the Yankees at all is because they exist to get their teeth kicked in by them in the playoffs. I'm convinced that's like the only reason the Twins are around at this point. But they never played the Yankees in the playoffs when he was there, which, by the way, Sonny Gray was awesome as a Twin. His 2023 season, I feel like nobody ever talked about it, but he finished second in the Cy Young voting behind Garrett Cole. He was that great. It was arguably his best season ever at 33 years old. Now, whether Sonny Gray is a liar or not, I think both Red Sox and Yankees fans can agree. This is good to help spice up the rivalry. I mean, geez, it doesn't seem like these teams have had much hate toward each other, and that's got to change. I'm sorry. Like, all these wars going on overseas, all this fighting and killing, it's awful. I don't want that. But when it comes to baseball, screw peace. I want chaos. Bring it on. Get that kumbaya shit out of here. I think Cam Schittler's helped with that, even though it's honestly hard to truly have disdain for the guy just because he's so corny.
Fuck Boston.
Yeah, fuck Boston.
Yes, sir!
Yeah, fuck Boston.
Yes, sir!
He's trying too hard. It doesn't feel authentic, but whatever. Well, it's not just Sonny Gray. This now marks the second straight offseason where Steve Cohen whipped his big, rich Jewish cock out and slammed it on the table to take away a player from the Yankees. He's done it 3 times the last year. Juan Soto, Clay Holmes, now Devin Williams. Soto and Williams, both guys who were only a Yankee for a year after being traded there. And the funniest part with Williams is the fact that he single-handedly changed the Yankees' facial hair policy just to dip not even a year later to the Mets. I don't know what's better, that or if he went to the Red Sox. Probably Red Sox, but my God, hey, I respect it as a Red Sox fan. You come in as a new Yankee, you were just traded there, you have like no connection to the team. You say, your facial hair policy sucks. I want a beard. Change it. Thanks. And then just immediately dips. Well, Devin had a very similar experience as Sonny Gray. He'd only ever been good before becoming a Yankee, just to struggle more than he ever had as a Yankee. Now, I don't really know if it was the Yankees' faults. I actually don't even know if it was really much of his fault either. It's so weird. So the stat FIP, it's basically ERA, earned run average, if you take away luck. So like if a pitcher gives up a rocket but it's caught, ERA just says that's an out. That's good. But FIP is more like, well, he kind of got lucky there, and vice versa. If you give up a bloop hit and 2-run score, ERA says you gave up 2 runs. That's bad. But FIP is like a realist. You know, it tells you more of what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And sometimes it'll also be what you want to hear. Like, okay, you gave up 2 runs on that hit, but it was a jam bloop cheap shot. Like, you got unlucky. I didn't truly realize how misleading Devin Williams' 2025 ERA was. I knew he wasn't as bad as his ERA was. You didn't really have to look at the numbers to know that. I knew he could very well be great again next year, and I wouldn't bat an eye. I mean, there's a reason he just got $50 million, even if his 2025 season was bad. But my God, his ERA last season was 4.79. It was almost 5. That's really bad. His FIP, 2.68. Over 2 whole runs less. That's wild. He still struck a ton of guys out. Like, he's bound to bounce back next year. Well, now that he's a Met, I guess some Yankee fans aren't too happy in his DMs, and Bro full-on called them out on his Instagram story. He said, for a bunch of people that didn't want me back on your team, y'all sure are mad in the DMs. And I don't know, I don't fully know if this is true, but apparently he never changed his Twitter bio while on the Yankees. Like, for the entire time he was there, he had Milwaukee Brewers in his bio, and he already has New York Mets in his bio. Like, bro had almost a year to change to Yankees, never did, and then updated it to Mets before the team even probably knew they were signing him. This was funny. This weirdo on Twitter, I mean, it's Twitter, so that says nothing. If you're not weird on there, you're weird. But anyway, this chick really fits the mold. She, in response to what Devin Williams said, goes, soft as charmin' ass single-handedly blew us the division, and now he's deciding to clap back at our fan base. Perfect fit in Queens. Bye, loser. Now, what makes this funny is, she kind of sort of said the exact opposite not too long ago. He's probably not going to be back. And hey, she at least had some self-awareness about that. But she said, and it sucks because he's completely won the entire fan base over with how unbelievably he performed in the playoffs. I, for one, would be very happy to welcome him back in pinstripes. Yeah, same person the moment he signs with the Mets. Some guys just aren't meant for New York, or the Yankees specifically, and that's fine. It is wild to see all these guys happily leave, though. I mean, it just shows we're in a new era, and I don't think anything really showed that that's more of the case than the Juan Soto thing. Like, that's still crazy. I mean, you're telling me this guy straight up left the Yankees to go to the Mets for what, a few extra $1 million? That's wild. The Yankees just aren't as special anymore, not until they remember how to win championships again. So, in a lot of ways, the Mets, the Red Sox, those teams are just as exciting to go to. And Sonny Gray and Devin Williams are the latest examples of that. So, yeah, that's about it for now. Bye.